people we see all around us, yet we hardly know anything about them. What is it that comes to our mind when one says homelessness or homeless people? Do we know who these people are? Where have they come from? Before we talk about the issues and challenges of homelessness, let us understand what is it that home means to us. Home would mean different things for different people, but there are range of affiliations that we are able to draw because we have a home. Now, why I'm talking about home? It's simply because in order to understand the impact of homelessness, the way it is popularly understood, homelessness as lacking shelter. No, it's not just the absence of shelter, but deprivation or absence of everything that you get as a home from your home. So when we talk about the issue of homelessness, when we talk about the challenges that people on the streets face, we're not only talking about merely an absence of the shelter, but we are talking about the instability that comes generally because of not having a home. I want to recall an experience that I had many years ago, and that is one experience that got me into this sector. I was in first year of my undergrads, and December Delhi winters. I was coming back from somewhere along with my friends, and I saw people sleeping on the streets. Now, it's not that for the first time I was seeing people sleeping on the streets, but there was very unusual thing happening that day. These people had covered themselves with newspapers, and because of the dew, the newspaper were all stuck to their body. I think it was this unusual sight which made me curious to go and talk to them. And from that conversation, there are 2 responses that have stayed with me till today. And in many ways, those 2 responses have also shaped what I did after that. One of the response was, when people go to sleep, they're not aware, they're not sure if they'll be alive next morning. Another response was that they're sleeping next to a dead body. To my young mind, I was just out of school. This was completely this was I couldn't make any sense out of this. How can somebody live a life where कोई accident नहीं हो रहा है, कोई बीमारी नहीं है, कोई natural disaster नहीं है, just like that you're going to sleep in the night and you don't know if you'll be alive by next morning or not. But yes, that is the level of uncertainty that homeless people live with. When they go to sleep, they don't know if they'll be alive next morning. And that should be a matter of concern for all of us. This one conversation made me volunteer at a homeless shelter where people would come and sleep in the night. And I had series of experiences there which kind of shaped my life further. I'll share a couple of experiences from my days at shelter as well. One particular experience I want to share, and it is important because it breaks a very pertinent labeling that is being done to the homeless people. So this was a New Year time, and along with some of my friends, we decided to go and kind of have celebrations at the shelter. So we collected money, and the kind of things that students would do. So we collected money, we bought food. For the convenience of distribution, we made food packets. We went there and we were distributing. It was a hall full of people, and so suddenly one person gets up and says, "Can I have an extra laddu or a samosa?" I just signaled my friend that you should just give him my packet. So this was done. We finished distribution. We came back to a corner where a caretaker would sit, and we just having a chai there. This person comes and says, "मुझे माफ कर दो." And we were like, "माफ कर दो? माफी किस बात की? क्या हुआ? I mean, we didn't know what happened. Why he's asking for that? He said, सबके लिए एक पैकेट था, मैंने मेरे हक से ज़्यादा लिया. Actually ऐसा कुछ पैकेट जैसा ये नहीं था, बट जस्ट फॉर द ईज ऑफ डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन हमने वो बॉक्सेस बनाए थे जिसमें हमने अलग अलग खाने की चीज़ें डाली थी. ही थॉट कि 1 box is meant for 1 person. Then he added, उसने 3-4 दिन से खाना नहीं खाया था क्योंकि उसको काम नहीं मिला था. Still he was feeling guilty. He was feeling guilty enough that he came and said कि मुझे माफ़ कर दो. And this was very disturbing. I was like, can somebody actually have this level of fairness? That in spite of being hungry for 3-4 days, just ask you for an extra food, is feeling guilty about it. That also showed the kind of vulnerability that people have. Since that day, in my own life, I have tried being fair to people. I have tried matching that level, but I've not been, in spite of all my efforts, I've not been able to come even close to the level of extent of fairness that person had. I shared this because very often homeless people are often being labeled as कि वो तो चोरी करेंगे, वो तो जो है किसी का भी सामान ले लेंगे. I mean, they are not seen to be as someone who can be trusted. But in my life, I have not seen a person who has a greater sense of justice and fairness than a homeless person. It is said that people move to cities अच्छी जॉब के लालच में या अच्छी लाइफ के लालच में. I would not call it lalach because the way we see it, it is like push versus pull factors. What is generally believed is that they are getting pulled towards the city life. City life is attractive. There are more comforts. Facilities are better. They'll come. Actually, the truth is very, very different. It's actually they are pushed out of rural spaces. The skills they had, the livelihood options they had are getting killed in the rural spaces. It's like you're being pushed out of the rural economy and then you're not accepted in the urban economy. So the moment you move out of your spaces, your rural spaces, you move to urban cities, your identity is converted into an illegitimate occupant. And this is the context from which the action from the government, the response from the government comes. I'm not saying that condition of the poor people in the villages is very good. Their situation is equally hard, or maybe harder in different ways. But in terms of the response, the official response from the government, the responsibility of that state towards rural poor is towards people. They'll create services for them. So there would be Asha workers, there would be Rozgar Sevak, there would be housing scheme. But when it comes to urban poor, this responsibility becomes against the poor. So you will see evictions happening, you will see demolitions happening, you will see people being refused treatment at the hospital when they go. The same people who would have been a legitimate citizen in the villages, they become illegal occupants in the cities. And with this change of identity, everything changes. How we respond, how we treat them, everything changes. In fact, in India, in more than 20 states, we have a law that criminalizes people being on the streets. It's a beggary prevention law. Name suggests that it is to control or address the issue of beggary. But the way begging has been defined in the law, it actually criminalizes poor people. And we have beggars home across the country which are no different than actually prisons. And Koshish as an organization has been working in such institution for many years. As a principle, we believe in working with the systems. We believe in engaging with the state, primarily for two reasons. One is, it is the responsibility of the state being guardian of all its citizens. It is the responsibility of the state to provide for people. As a citizen, I maintain I have a right to demand, I have a right to ask my state if my issues of my predictions are not addressed. At the same time, I would also take responsibility. As a citizen, I will take responsibility, and that is the approach that we follow at the organization. So we all our interventions, be it in Delhi, we work in different states. Everywhere our interventions are in collaboration with the state. It's the nature of collaboration is such that the understanding is that we will identify gaps, bring it to the notice of the state officials, and the commitment from their end is that they will address those issues. So that's the kind of broader framework around which we work as an organization, and we are able to get the government respond to some of the most critical issues that people are faced with. In the context of homeless people, there is an order from the Honorable Supreme Court of India where every state has to have shelters. Unfortunately, the response from the states has not been very good, and several states are yet to kind of establish the services that are required and ordered by the Honorable Court. There is a monitoring committee that has been set up by the court to look at the how the shelters are being set up for the urban homeless, and I am myself part of the committee. Things are changing. There is a greater realization that yes, these people require support, require state's protection. However, one big gap that remains is how the general society views homeless people. Though we see them all around us, आप काम पे जाइए, आप कॉलेज जाइए पढ़ने के लिए, आप कहीं भी जा रहे हैं शहर में, आपको हर जगह होमलेस लोग दिखेंगे, बट हम कभी उनको एक्नॉलेज नहीं करते हैं. In fact, in my writing, we call them the most visible yet the most invisible parts of our cities. शहर को बनाने वाले यही लोग हैं मजदूर के तौर पे, शहर को चलाने वाले यही लोग हैं, चाहे शहर को साफ रखने की बात हो सफाई कर्मचारी के तौर पे, चाहे इलेक्ट्रीशियन हो, प्लम्बर हो, कारपेंटर्स हो, रिपेयर वर्क करने वाले हों, रिक्शा पुलर्स हैं, आपके रिक्शा चलाने वाले हैं, ऑटो टैक्सी चलाने वाले लोग हैं. ये सभी लोग इनफैक्ट दे नॉट ओनली रन द सिटी, दे ऑल्सो मेक इट अफोर्डेबल फॉर रेस्ट ऑफ द सिटीजन्स टू बी इन दैट सिटी. हमारी जो सर्विसेज हैं, हमारी डोमेस्टिक हेल्प्स है, ऑल ऑफ देम कुड बी होमलेस, बट हम कभी उनको होमलेस के जैसा नहीं देखते. हम होमलेस के तौर पे एक्नॉलेज सिर्फ उन लोगों को करते हैं, देयर इज़ अ स्मॉल फ्रैक्शन जो शायद ड्रग एडिक्शन में होंगे, सड़क पे प्रॉब्ली बैक कर रहे होंगे. वी सी ओनली दोज पीपल एज होमलेस पीपल, and the general attitude that people have towards homeless citizens is very, very hostile. Anybody, when leaving the home, it's not that the person is unaware of what kind of situation he or she will face when one goes to a new city. उसके लिए शायद वो इमोशनली और मेंटली प्रिपेयर्ड होते हैं, लेकिन ये ह्यूमिलिएशन, हॉस्टिलिटी जो लोगों से मिलती है, that is heartbreaking. And I'll just close my my conversation here with an appeal to all the people who are listening to this. Can we treat people with dignity? Can we accept these people as part of our spaces and give them their due? It's not that we are going to do any favor to them. This is something that they've earned. शायद थोड़े से कंपैशन से, थोड़ी सी केयर से हम जो बेघर लोगों का सड़क पे रहने की दुख और तकलीफ है, हम उसको बहुत हद तक कम कर सकते हैं। आई थिंक वी नीड टू बिलीव, वी नीड टू एक्सेप्ट दिस पीपल। एक बहुत बड़ा रोल इसमें नौजवानों का है। आई थिंक एक ये कम्युनिकेशन, ये आप इम्पॉर्टेंट हैं, आपकी लाइफ वैल्यूबल है, किसी के लिए भी बहुत मायने रखती है, और ऐसे लोगों के लिए तो बहुत ज़्यादा, जिनके पास कुछ भी नहीं है, कुछ भी नहीं है।